What's going on, you guys? Listen, we've got a great show to get to today. We've got so much. Listen, this is a controversial convo, y'all. Listen, it's like, okay, we had Hudson Thames come out, make some comments. We've had Karla Sofía Gascón talk about, and she was the actress who played Amelia Perez, by the way. Man, oh man, any underrepresented community got attacked by this woman. Let's just say it's been a paper trail of many, many tweets from over the years that she has been talking about. But also, guys, listen, we got a new teaser for that Alien show coming out. Also, Dogman had no idea it was that popular, you guys, but apparently it has done phenomenally at the box office, guys. And listen here, the kids love Dogman. I had no idea about Dogman. I was like, who? But then I saw the art and I was like, okay, Captain Underpants, saw the connection. Yep, same creators. So very cool to see that and see that creator and that artist continue to, of course, make more hits down the line for kids now, or Gen Z and Gen Alpha. But awesome. Great to hear, guys. We got some great stories to get to. But first, y'all, thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you want to continue to support the channel in other ways, there is a link up here to continue supporting the channel, you guys. Y'all, listen. Geekly Goods is driving. It's a driving bus, y'all. And listen, we are going full steam ahead in 2025, but I could not do it without you guys. So thank you so much for subscribing, supporting the channel, coming back to the live stream. And like I said, if you want to figure out more ways to support the channel even further, you can just click up in this link, you guys. Like, wow, I'm actually perfectly pointing it at it, guys. I just made it today. So yeah, go ahead and click that QR code up there if you want to support the channel. The link will also be down in the description, guys. We got a show to get into. So let's get our co-host in here. What's going on, Ileana? How are you?
Oh my God. I'm not used to this order. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I had an afternoon coffee. Just got out of the theater, which is like the best thing, like feeling ever. And I'm excited to chat.
Oh, you're rolling. You're ready to
I'm
go.
rolling. I'm a rolling stone, baby.
Hey, let's do it. And Loretto, what's going on, man? How are you?
Hello, good evening. I just gotta say, January 2025, great month for horror so far. You love to see it. I just saw Companion, Presence last week. I liked Wolfman more than most, but I think it's a good start for what should be a promising year in cinema. Can't wait to talk shop.
Yeah, Wolfman, I thought it would do way better, which is kind of strange, but you know, I guess me and you, Lo, were in the minority. We liked it. Like, hey, I thought it was fun. It was a cool, heady little horror movie, but whatever. There'll be more. There's so much more. Speaking of horror, guys, I gotta pull this up. Listen, I think we might end up getting whatever. If it's a copyright claim, go ahead, Universal. But Megan 2.0, they just dropped it. Look at it. So I gotta pull this up real quick. It's like a little video. I'm like, okay, y'all remember? I mean, obviously, Megan was just a phenomenal like marketing front. Yeah, I feel like Megan 2.0 about to be another hit maker for them. This
it could be like a Smile 2 situation where Smile 2 was also like a really big hit.
Yeah, Smile 2 was a hit. All right, let's see.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen. I saw Megan like when it was like on VOD because my dad was watching it. And I just saw like bits of it, and I saw that third act, and I was like, "What the hell?
What the hell?"
Yeah. Oh. Okay, they got me. They got Chaperone playing. Stop.
Hit it like, get it hot.
With the little hip,
It's a
Megan!
hit it like, get it hot. Like a bitch.
This bitch is back.
Miss me?
It's so ridiculous.
Love it. Oh yeah.
We're back, girlies. Megan is back.
I already hear her screaming, "Dude, can you play a song with a fucking beat?" and just killing someone. Good for Chapel getting her royalties, her royalty coin here.
Oh yeah, she's about to win best new artist tonight for sure.
I hope so. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Somebody else on that list? Maybe Sabrina Carpenter, but I'm like, I don't know. Best. She already got top album. So. But what's on Tyler says
she returns. I mean,
she ain't the Avatar, Tyler, but you know, I'm happy to see her.
she's the Avatar for the horror genre, I suppose.
I guess.
I mean,
And
some
I
people
liked
are
Megan,
like
but
love Megan. I'm like, it's fine, I guess. But
I liked
Y'all
it.
got
I just
get
I'm
out of
not
here with
like
this.
it's okay.
What?
It's campy. It's fun.
yeah, it's fun.
Okay. Come on, y'all.
I'm not a
is
Megan super fan.
It's silly. It's silly.
I'm
It's
not,
just-
honestly, I wrote a review for it. I actually really liked it. I'm not like a super fan. I'm not gonna like wear
Yeah.
her shirt or anything.
The horror
You're not gonna get the
icon
merch.
in the chat. Hello, come on, man.
I mean, the facts are
It's,
facts.
you know what? You know what? Maybe if it said this bitch is back, maybe I'll wear that one. That was great. That was great.
I'm thinking Megan's gonna run with that for the marketing.
Hell yeah, I love it.
Lord. We're gonna see.
Oh,
We're gonna
no.
see some guerrilla marketing once again. That's gonna be interesting.
Bro,
Like, let's
Tyler,
not
are you
necessarily-
team Megan over Avatar?
Good lord.
Hold on
Yeesh.
now.
I didn't know this was a conversation to be had. Starting off strong, guys. 6 minutes in.
Oh no, I can't side with her over Aang now or Korra. I can't.
No, no gracias.
But Megan's great. I can't wait for the next one. And y'all, let's get into the roundup, man. Let's chat a little bit about box office and what happened with Dogman.
Yes, sir. Let's check that box office pulse. Dogman chumps up the competition, debuting at number 1 with a decent $36 million haul. This is going against a $40 million budget. And as we've seen in the past 60 days or so, family-friendly films are going to kill. This movie will probably have some legs up until at least Cap, which is about two weeks. So Dogman might stay at number 1 next week. We will see. Companion making a splash, as I was saying earlier. Strong debut as well with number 2 with 9.5 mil. This budget was reported around 10 mil. So both of these films are making their money back in their first weekend. Pretty good. Mufasa the Lion King comes in at number 3 with 6.1 mil, followed by One of Them Days and Mel Gibson's Flight Risk, which last week, guys, I didn't realize that he was the director of that movie. The Academy Award winning director of Braveheart and Apocalypto. That's why people went to see it. But again, not for me. I'll stick to my normal Walmart bin shopping other than Flight Risk. Sorry, Mark Wahlberg. But let me throw this to you, Isla. Are you familiar with the Dogman graphic novels or Captain Underpants, like Leo was saying?
I truly am not.
Okay.
I regret to inform. I am very unfamiliar with this lore. But then again, I am unfamiliar with much lore. I am unfamiliar with Coco Milan. I am unfamiliar with Paddington lore, perhaps. And I just saw a poster for Paddington in
Paddington.
Peru. I know I'm unfamiliar with the lore. I'm not in it. So same thing here. Dogman, you
Miss-
got me here.
Miss Ely, I think you need to catch up on some Paddington
I
Bear,
do.
please.
I do. I
Please.
really do. I do accept that. And it's valid, and you're valid for feeling that way. And I apologize. This is my notes app apology for not having
My
seen
Lord,
all
we're
of
getting
Paddington.
emotional tonight. She's giving me
Oh.
apologies and stuff.
Look at that. She had coffee. But yeah, this is
Uh,
interesting.
Is Leo still with us?
I don't know. Well, perhaps. He's
I'm
gonna have some technical difficulties.
Oh,
It's
he's
all
here.
good.
So I will
I'm
say
here.
this.
I'm just on the
actually,
G for now.
oh no, you're good. I
Okay.
actually got to see Dogman with my son. He's a big fan of the graphic novels, and according to him, it was very faithful to the source material.
Oh, good for
And
him.
personally,
Okay.
yeah,
We'd
yeah,
love to see
personally,
it.
yeah, I like the art style, and it surprisingly has a lot more depth than what it appears. Like, it comes off very silly for kids,
Oh.
kind of thing, but there is some emotional depth there, and I appreciated that. So,
That's awesome.
but hey, Leo, are you surprised this took it away? I mean, I feel like not many people went to the movies this weekend, and the ones that did, it was the families going to see Dogman. So,
Yeah, I think that this is going to be the first family-friendly movie. Well, yeah, I mean, really, we've had Companion, Presents, like we've had, smaller horror movies come out in January here. I think Dogman is like that first one that the kids are very excited about. So yeah, no surprise that it did well. I'm glad that animated movies are starting out strong, and I think was something like the number 2 animated opening of January behind Kung Fu Panda 3. So yeah, they're just dominating that spot. And this is DreamWorks, so they're just dominating that January window for animated movies. So good for them. Companion, maybe a little lower than I thought domestic wise, but I mean, global total is doing well. So hopefully, I'm wondering if that could get a good word of mouth and maybe have some legs, maybe stay in for a couple weeks. I am hearing nothing but great things about it from everybody. So I think that one could stay in for a little while, get some, get some legs on it and actually make a little bit of money, which will be awesome.
It might get that long legs effect. Long legs have that word of mouth,
Yeah,
really
exactly. And yeah, the rest of them, Mufasa, yeah, like people have been rewatching that a lot. And then Sonic, glad to see that one. One of them days, glad it's still just lasting. Love to see a black movie doing well. Flight Risk, yeah, whatever. I won't be seeing it, man.
It's flying and it's risky.
Yeah, and that's
But
enough
hey,
for me.
By the way, guys, I actually saw one of them days, and it's wild. It's pretty fun. You really like to see Kiki and SZA just have fun. They play off each other really well. I had fun with it. I thought it was fun.
Good.
I really wanted to catch it last night, but it was like a 9:30 p.m. showing. And I'm not gonna lie, I got sleepy. I got sleepy at 9 o'clock, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I'm not gonna make it. So we just,
So
I made the call. I made the call, and I went home and went to sleep.
So I saw Companion before my late shift last night, my bar shift, and I'll be honest, I probably should have had some coffee because I really liked it. There was maybe 10 to 15 minutes. I blacked out and I woke up and I was like, oh shit, what I missed?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there's a little moment I dozed off, but later tonight I'm gonna catch up. I'm gonna rewatch it. But I was really enjoying it up until I lost myself. So
it happens. It happens to the best of us. Been there, done that. Man.
It wasn't even late. I guess I needed my midday nap, I guess,
Yeah, really, when you're tired, you're just, you're in that dark theater and it's nice and cold and it's just, your eyes closed for a second and you're gone. Been there, done that. It's very unfortunate. As good as the movie can be. I've seen great movies that I've fallen asleep at, and that's not the movie's fault.
Well, with that being said, guys, shouts out to Dogman, chomping up the competition like a greedy dog with a bone. But speaking of there's some controversial things that have been happening in media. Probably not as controversial as Mark Wahlberg's headpiece in Flight Risk, but Karla Sofía Gascón makes several controversial comments and then issues immediately a public apology for said comments. And as a bystander that is very far removed from all this, it didn't seem well timed, and it didn't seem like I don't know how much she means her apology, but guys, please kind of catch me up because she said so many different things. I've heard this and that. It's all, none of them are very good. So
honestly, I'll just say this just to really sum things up. She's basically said something very bad about every underrepresented community.
Literally.
And literally, I'm not even joking, guys. Black, Latino, trans community, the Muslim community, Selena Gomez. I mean, it's just like every community you can think of, she has said something about.
No one's safe. No one is safe.
No one is safe from Miss Karla here, and it has just been a roller coaster of controversy since. She's come out and said several strange quotes that seem like halfway sorry, but not quite. And then she also went on to book her own interview behind Netflix's back with CNN and not tell Netflix nor her PR team, and went on a straight up just tirade on this interview. It's a mess. It's a mess.
And I would just like the chat to know and make it so abundantly clear, just in case anybody doesn't know. Karla Sofía Gascón is a Spanish European woman. She is not Latina. She is not a person of color. She is a white European woman who has been dressed up in Maria Perez to play as a Mexican woman. Simply not the case. It's just it's so disheartening to see. It's just absolutely crazy. And I think the most accurate, like, TLDR of her is she's basically Caitlyn Jenner, guys. Like, it's just she does not like her own
It's
community.
bad.
She doesn't like, yeah, it's really bad. She is very, she uses so much like hate speech just in her everyday jargon. It's crazy. It's just crazy. The more I read, the more like disappointing it is. Not that I was necessarily like, a super huge fan of hers, because I don't think that Emilia Perez is a good movie. I don't think it's a movie that should have even been greenlit, but that's just me. The director of that movie has also made some extremely racist comments, even as recently as like this week, saying that Spanish is the language of poor people and that it doesn't matter that the movie, had inaccurate Spanish because who cares? It's just for poor people and common people, but whatever,
It's terrible.
Ugh.
Soy yo la loca. But yeah, I hope everything surrounding this movie just kind of burns into memory, like burns and fades from memory, because it just is not worthy of it. And that's that on that. She wants to dig her own publicity hole. Good for her. Good on her. But to play victim and to accuse people, especially basically all of Latin America that is supporting Fernanda Torres and her nomination and her film, to accuse them of launching a hate campaign on her and her being like this eternal victim and comparing herself to very, very serious victims in history.
Oh my God.
It's just crazy. It's just crazy. She doesn't deserve the screen time. I'm so sorry.
The Holocaust stuff, I'm like, you can't. You
And
just
loca.
can't hear this.
Yeah, everything I hear just keeps getting worse and worse. And look, the Academy will never do it. The Academy will never do it, but I would love to see her nomination rescinded. But the Academy they're cowards. They won't do it.
No, I think the worst that's going to happen is that they uninvite her from the ceremony. And you know what? At the very least, because I think that's just cruel. I think it's cruel to have people like that at that's so brazen at that ceremony. Not that they have cared that much previously, but damn, this is really public. And this just simply just does not look good, especially now in the current geopolitical climate.
No.
Right. With that being said, more news this week.
Better news.
Hulu releases an official trailer for Alien Earth, guys. And I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's very brief. It's very quick, but I'm really excited for this. Not just as a fan of the franchise, but the showrunner of this is Noah Hawley, who is responsible for the Fargo series, which I've heard is excellent, and Legion, which I loved. That was Dan Stevens. It was it was a Marvel thing that not a lot of people know about. Oh, we got the clip.
Love Legion, bro.
Yeah, Legion was amazing. And if you guys don't know, he was Xavier's son. But great show. Check it out.
I never finished the show.
Uh-oh.
Dude.
I wasn't going to finish it. I'm so sorry.
Damn. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
It was very good. It was very good. Don't get me wrong. I just fell off. And I got too much on the watch list, guys.
Let's go
Hey,
ahead.
it'd be like that
check out,
sometimes, Eli.
Alien Earth.
Check it out.
Oh my God.
I'm
It sounds like
loving the
Transformers, I'm not
POV.
gonna lie.
Loving the POV.
This is Presence, but alien.
This is how you
Yes.
do a teaser, baby. Right here.
Yeah.
Hey, yo!
This is how you do a teaser right here, baby. Right here.
Oh,
Hell
this is
yeah.
exciting.
Hell yeah.
Let's
Potential.
go.
That's how you do it.
With the
Mhm.
siren. I mean, guys, how hyped are we?
Love it.
I'm excited.
Oh, I'm so
I like
excited.
it. It has potential to be really, really good.
Hulu, hear me out. I'll be reaching out for screeners. Hell
Nice.
yeah.
Hulu, it's time.
Time.
Love that.
And I'm
Love the
curious,
concept.
do we I mean minus the showrunner, I don't think we have very much details, right? Do we even have like a cast or
I don't think so. Let me just double check. But I don't think so. I don't think there's
Okay.
that many details.
Which I
For
think
sure.
is fine.
Um,
It
oh,
doesn't
yeah.
bother me.
Oh yeah, Sydney Chandler. No idea who that
Okay.
is. Oh, Kyle Chandler's daughter.
Oh,
Timothy Oliphant. Holy shit.
nice.
Oh,
Oh, let's go.
Mr.
Okay.
Justified himself.
Like hearing that. I don't know anybody else.
I guess he's
Okay.
kind of the big name
Alex
for it.
Lothar. I don't ring a bell.
Hey man, you got me at Oliphant, man. He's great. So
He's a
let's
good
go.
actor. 8 episodes. Love that. This is
Love it.
interesting. I like the potential it has. This
Yeah,
guy's
and I'm
eight-
sure
I don't know these people.
I'm sure they're gonna have to try really hard to be worse than Alien versus Predator Requiem. So
Oh
yeah,
well,
yeah. I was
mean,
gonna say, I was like, we only like I could be wrong,
Yeah,
but don't we
dude.
like only ever see Alien on Earth, like contemporary Earth in Requiem?
as far as I'm concerned, that movie doesn't exist
we
in
didn't see
my
shit. What are you talking about? You
in
hear
my-
something? I didn't say anything.
Listen, I'm gonna be real with you. Alien Requiem. I could barely even see a damn thing in the movie.
That's true. We didn't see shit.
Couldn't see shit. I'm like, man, what happened to the lighting team here?
No,
What happened?
Yeah.
they really wanted to compete with Harry Potter at that time.
Oh, easily.
Easy. All
But
right.
yeah, horror fans, we are eating good, man. I can't
It's a
wait.
good year.
I can't wait. Especially on the heels of Romulus. I think this is awesome.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Aliens really kicking into high gear.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that they're taking advantage of the franchise like in the last couple of years. Not just Alien, but Predator as well, because you had Prey, which was like
Yeah.
a really big hit that went straight to Hulu, unfortunately. So I like that they're having like the studios letting artists have fun with the concept.
Yeah.
And it's not like Star Wars fatigue where people I guess don't really want to see different things. I think Alien is just simple enough that you can do a lot of different things with it and people just kind of vibe with it, regardless.
Absolutely. And I think the iconic imagery of like either a xenomorph or a predator, you
Mhm.
can literally apply them to so many different scenarios, and they're not bound by mythology or lore or pleasing fans.
Mhm.
It's like
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
could just put the predator in the Civil War, and you'd be like, "Oh, hey, this is kind of interesting." Like,
Like why not?
Yeah.
Who's to stop us?
yeah. So I think there's
I
an
appreciate
infinite
that.
sandbox to your point, Eli, with these
Mhm.
franchises.
Mhm.
So
For
speaking
sure.
of Badlands, can't wait for that. The sequel,
Yeah,
not
that'd be
sequel,
great.
but the
Right.
follow-up to Prey. Same director. That's coming up soon as well.
Do you
So-
guys feel like Alien, this recent one, underperformed in the box office a bit?
Romulus? I don't recall. I really don't recall
I-
their box office numbers.
I feel like it wasn't extraordinary, Leo, but I also feel like it did well enough. Like people were talking
With its
about it. It was
target.
Yeah.
like it made a decent chunk of change, not like mind blowing, but for an R-rated horror film, it did well.
I
Not bad,
agree.
not bad.
100%.
But yeah, man. Leo, I'm gonna let you
Yeah.
take the lead on this, but your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man actor says his biggest fear of signing on to the show is that it was gonna be annoying and woke. But then he proceeded to say how amazing the show was. But very interesting verbiage, and I know you have felt some type of way about this, Leo. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really dove in yet. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I've just been kind of busy with some other things. I've been catching up on Daredevil actually.
Good for
But
you,
Leo,
bud. Good for you, man. That's that right there. You are gonna watch some of the best TV of your life.
oh yeah, well, I've seen it before, but just kind of recapping it. And
Oh,
guys,
okay,
man,
okay.
I forgot how good it is. Seriously, it's so good, so good. But Leo, please tell me about what's his name, Hudson Thames, right?
Hudson Thames, yeah. So, guys, this is the newest Spider-Man voice actor here. He actually voiced Spider-Man back in the What If Zombies episode. So he has
Oh, that
voiced
was
Spider-Man.
him. Okay.
before. That was his first stint as Spider-Man. They gave him this show, this gig. He's in the middle of an interview with Collider. And this interview goes pretty wrong, as you can see. He essentially is asked about like the new characters in the franchise, where it's like, you have your Harry Osborn, you have your Gwen Stacy or whatnot, but like there's all these other characters in this friendly neighborhood Spider-Man world. We see more Norman Osborn, we get Nico, we get all these other cool characters. Man, oh man, like this dude, he was asked, how do you feel about the new characters? And he's like, I thought it was going to be, I was afraid it was going to be annoying and woke. And it's like, oh man, like Spider-Man saying that, we know that woke has completely derivated away. It has completely completely changed from its original meaning of being woke about the political landscape. It has completely changed from that and being aware of issues that are barring people of color from opportunities. It is now used as a racist dog whistle. for a lot of disapproval of people of color and underrepresented communities in media. And so for Spider-Man to say this is very not a good thing. I mean, we know that's Spider.
We okay, Leo? We're losing you.
Spider-Man to have full to the character. Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, you kind of went in and out there
so
for a
it's
second,
so
buddy.
It's so unfaithful to the character to use this term woke.
Yeah.
It's just not good. Because like I said, it has been changed from being aware to the issues that people of color and the barriers that we face to a racist dog whistle word for, they're trying to tick boxes and use characters of color and change characters' ethnicities. That's not a bad thing when it comes to Norman Osborn. The only identifier Norman Osborn has is being rich. So it doesn't matter if he's black, white, Asian. It doesn't matter. He's Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
But
and honestly, dude, it's nails on a chalkboard, that term. It's like, and it's very assumptive.
Yeah.
Like the way that people use it now, it's assumptive that, it has an agenda, the woke agenda. It's like, dude, shut up. Like, it's just.
And the thing is, it's like, there's no agenda. It's just putting people in that aren't white. So, like, Spider-Man saying this, like I said, the philosophy of Spider-Man is anybody can wear the mask. Spider-Man should not be saying this, but the creator of the show is very passionate about making a New York that people can relate to, making a New York that looks way more realistic for a 2024 setting. So I don't think we should necessarily like boycott this show per se, just because I think that the people who did make this show are dedicated to making a beautiful community on screen for your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. So the show itself is great, but Hudson Thames just a really, really bad look, man.
That's so disappointing.
I was gonna say he's pretty young, right? I mean, obviously,
I think he's like
I don't know if he had any malicious intent behind what he said, but he definitely needs more PR training, and he just needs to be careful what he says. So
yeah. Oh, he's 30. God, what the fuck?
I don't know. I thought I was a kid.
Excuse me, he's my age.
Voice acting for you. I'm sorry. His frontal lobe is fully developed.
Yeah, so maybe
guy.
Maybe he's not who we thought he was.
Right. No, you can't really be like, he's a kid, he just slid.
No. That's so unfortunate. No, and like, even if you don't say woke, even if he didn't say the dog whistle, who, as the star of a show that is starting to become successful, says, I thought it was going to be bad. It like in an interview. Why would you start it with like your negative approach to the show? That is just not good PR. Like if the show's doing well, you should continue to speak positively about the show. So this is hurt. This hurts it. Like Leo said it best. It's just not. It's not fair, especially considering that the creator of the show doesn't seem to share these kind of views like the voice actor. This is just really, really unfortunate.
If I was the creator, I would be pissed.
He did,
because it gives me the feeling. It gives me the feeling like, my star didn't believe in this project. Like, he thought this might suck. Like, dude, like.
So the creator did come out and kind of respond to it a little bit, and he was like, I don't think he quite meant, like, he was just kind of like, I think he got
to save his ass.
Yeah, he kind of tried to save him, and I'm like, I think deep down he probably was pissed as hell, but I know that he trying to save his baby, and so I don't blame him for just being like, dude, I think he slipped, honestly. Even I think Hudson himself has not followed up, but he needs to put something out.
Yeah.
No,
you hate to see it though. Especially, I'm a big fan of the character as well, Leo, and not my Peter Parker.
Really cool. Yeah, animation's fun.
Here's the thing: Spider-Man. We can all say we have a Spider-Man, like literally because there have been so many different Spider-Man comic books. There have been so many different people to wear the Spider-Man mask. The Spider-Verse has opened it up to the masses. So it's like, yeah, man, like everybody. I got a Spider-Man. I got Miles Morales. I got Spider-Punk. Like I got a black Spidey. I got 2 black Spideys. You know what I mean? I don't want to be sitting up here and the Spider-Man voice actor thinking like, oh, well, that's not a good thing. I don't want my Spider-Man thinking that, Hudson. So back that comment up, man.
It's such a
we're sending that shit.
unfortunate dichotomy of it all.
Really
It just
quickly,
doesn't work.
welcome to the chat. Tough luck. He says Pixar's win or lose. He doesn't want it boycotted because they removed the scene of trans representation. Pixar obviously has some issues, but like I don't really know much about this. I really hope that's not the case. Tough luck. But you'd hate to see it, especially from a company like Pixar.
Mm-hmm. But like afford more losses. Didn't they make $1 billion last year with Inside Out 2? Just saying.
That's true. Well, up until that point, they were having some issues.
No, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, can't overlook the Billy.
Yeah, I think the Billy helps, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna get boycotted the same way that I don't think Captain America right now is gonna get boycotted, even though there are people have very valid reasons for doing so. But at a mass scale, I just simply don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
you know what's interesting too is
like talking about layoffs and stuff. And
right.
Okay.
That is really unfortunate.
Yeah.
No, and that happened right before Inside Out 2 like started blowing up at the box office. That's insane.
I don't even want to shed more light on this, but I don't know if you guys remember. You guys remember how the uproar the kiss in Lightyear had between the two women?
It's
like, come on. So, there's some sensitive people out there, and they were like, oh my God, I don't want my kids to watch this movie. It's like, dude,
so
really? Like,
scary. It's so scary.
Oh my God. It was like a peck, like a mwah. Like, anyways.
Exactly.
Stupid.
No. Get the will see.
But in other movie news, Super Bowl trailers for Super Bowl Sunday have been announced, led by Jurassic World Rebirth and Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2, Ethan Hunt's Last Hurrah, as well as a push for the How to Train Your Dragon live action remake. Paramount and Universal Studios, respectively, are very much pushing hard. But interestingly enough, Netflix, Amazon, Warner Brothers, they decided, you know what? Y'all can have the Super Bowl. They're not going to be pushing too hard. I also heard that I think Disney obviously will be pushing a little bit. We'll probably see a Fantastic Four spot. Trailers premiering Tuesday, though, for F4. Yep. And, obviously they'll probably push Thunderbolts as well. But pretty interesting. I think it's interesting that the streamers are going to sit out, WB's sitting out. But I also feel like WB probably just doesn't have the guns. Like, they don't got the big guns to compete with this. So, I mean, that's just my opinion. But Leo, what do you think about this announcement?
Listen, man. Okay, so here's what we got, guys. Here's what we got. Now, these are listed out. I'm sure there'll be more, less, maybe, whichever. But Elio Smurfs, Novocaine, Megan 2.0, Lilo and Stitch, Thunderbolts, The Fantastic Four, Jurassic World Rebirth, How to Train Your Dragon, and Mission Impossible Final Reckoning. What a lineup. Man, I'm like, yo, listen, Fantastic Four about to show up and show out. I think Thunderbolts about to have that first look at Sentry, drop at Super Bowl. I think that obviously Lilo and Stitch, we ain't even got a full trailer. So yeah, Disney's going in. They're like, listen, Super Bowl is it. This is where we're gonna show the people. I was thinking they were gonna save Fantastic Four for the Super Bowl, but I think Feb 4th is gonna literally be like a little tease, bro. Like what we see.
It's gonna break the internet.
Alien and all that. It's probably going to be something like that, y'all. Like, I wouldn't expect, honestly, what we saw, remember the little clip we saw online from SEC? That might be it. Them getting and whatnot. That's cool. Hey, I'm down.
I'm excited. I want to see that shit in 4K.
Yeah. I'm down. I'm not complaining about that. But yeah, I think it's going to be a day full of fun trailers. I mean, we haven't seen Rebirth yet. We haven't seen none of this stuff yet. So it's going to be like, we're going to be munching, y'all. Like, we got a lot to see.
Next Sunday stream gonna be spicy.
Now listen here though, with the Mission Impossible Final Reckoning, man, that first part didn't do that great in the box office, y'all.
No, it didn't, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Girly, and I really loved it. I saw it in 40X and everything.
Haley Atwell,
guys, there was some spicy bacon. Haley Atwell and Tom Cruise were yearning at. They were.
Listen,
but at the same time, like he just had his love interest freaking die, so it's a little soon.
Rebecca just went out, and he all on top of Haley Atwell.
He's also like Ethan Hunt is a lover boy. Let's say that.
Yeah.
He's still a spy. He's still a James Bond type. Let's
I
say.
feel like
but
every single
damn,
film he has a love interest, doesn't he?
he really does. He has at
Every
least
single
a
film.
female. He at least has a female counterpart at the
He
at
had
bare minimum.
he had
needs
Danny
somebody to have
Newton. He had Danny
exactly.
Newton
He
number
needs somebody
2.
to have
That
tension with.
was it. I don't
What's her
think
name?
I'm
Michelle
looking at Sandy.
Monaghan.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, but I love Haley Atwell. I think she's fabulous, and she really like shined in this last one. But we'll see. We'll see
Here's
if
an
they can give it
interesting-
that push.
Here's an interesting comment from Tuck Fluck saying that LEO should be given some more marketing. Desperately wants the original animated film to be a box office hit, so Disney sees more original movies be made for cinemas. Yeah, I want to too, Tough Luck, but I'm worried about LEO. I'm very worried. I mean,
Yeah.
sci-fi animated movies don't do well. Remember Strange World, y'all? Remember
Yeah.
that?
Literally.
It's giving like Mars Needs Moms, because I don't know if y'all remember that flopped so bad.
Oh, that memory just came back at me. Wow.
And real quick, Tyler said Warner Brothers is skipping the Super Bowl because they're broke.
Tyler said poor.
Yeah, right. They broke, man. Listen, they don't have the budget.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Remember, they had to
Gotta
scrap a whole
stick
DC movie in order to keep on going. So, I mean, they're broke.
Ugh.
That's so freaking.
We need to. I want to see Batgirl, man, and Looney Tunes. Come on.
Poof. God.
What's that?
Bless you. Bless you.
Bless you.
Yeah, so this was another good comment from Tough Luck. Yeah, but Wally, man, that was the golden age of Pixar. That was like when you saw Pixar animation.
Wally made it to the Criterion. That's how serious this is.
Wally was like legendary. Like that was like up in the era Up and all that. That's when again you see Pixar animation. It's like, hey kids, hey, let's go. Like, you know,
Yeah.
Wally was also more boundary pushing,
yes,
like
Yeah.
for the genre and for animation as a whole. Like, yes, it was sci-fi, but at its core, the story isn't really about sci-fi. It's really about like saving the planet, romance, all that, like being good stewards to our environment. Like, it has such a deep message at its core that I think that's what made it a Criterion collection, you know.
Absolutely. I love Wally. And to
It's
Leo's
a
point,
classic because of that.
Pixar films used to be like event pictures, you know, like a big Star Wars picture or like a Marvel picture. Like Pixar used to have that clout. And I'm not saying they lost it, but you know, also they had Andrew Stanton direct Wally, who I love. You know, I love Finding Nemo, and that was a big push for me. But yeah, somewhere along the way, Pixar events are like the films are no longer as big as they used to be.
Pandemic, man.
I don't know how they get that back.
Pandemic really
It's
clipped
so
them.
unfortunate because Pixar, like, I adore Luca and I adore Turning Red. Turning Red is one of my favorite Pixar films. I think it's beautiful, and the story is so touching. It's such a universal experience that you don't really get to see in animation. That is just, I love it. So
Turning Red just puts the
Perfect
biggest
fan.
smile on my face.
So good.
it
good.
does. I love it
fun and
so
I
much.
never met nobody.
It's just really, really unfortunate
like you.
circumstances for those releases.
So-
Four Town, baby.
Fort Town is it. Let me read y'all.
Forever.
Let me read off the movies that came out around Wally.
Mhm.
Finding Nemo came out 03. 04 was The Incredibles. 06 was
Banger.
Cars. 07 was Ratatouille. Then Wally. I mean, you
Banger after banger after
Yes.
banger. It's hard to replicate that. You can't, like, damn, being so solid for the better part of like basically a decade.
and Up came out right after. And it's like,
Yeah.
okay, so
And Toy Story 3. Like
And
they
Toy
just
Story
kept
3.
going.
I
These
mean,
could be such
Pixar,
reliable movies.
Pixar from like 95 of Toy Story all the way out up to like arguably Toy Story 4. So that's
Well,
95 to 2019. Like they were just
I feel
Yeah.
like the
Hit after
one
hit.
time they were vulnerable was Brave. I
Yeah.
feel like Brave didn't
Yeah.
quite hit as well. So
Yep. And some of the cars, I think maybe Cars. Well, one thing about
Cars
Cars
3.
though is they definitely made up for any of that in the toys and stuff. So
Yeah.
that was just a brand machine.
Yeah, and
I'ma be
Brave
honest.
became like pretty merchable as well.
dude, 2 was trash. Cars 2, I lost me.
Bad. Like that.
Ran out of gas.
That's the Mater one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Bad.
And they try to make him like a spy or something. I was like, what in the hell?
I was like, what happened to the fucking racing, man? Where's light?
Yeah, like what happened to the cars? Mater's like James Bond and shit.
Arr.
So bad.
Arr. Oh, we got a good comment over here. The last one. Yeah. That does give me hope. I don't know how that's gonna perform marketing wise. I think it will, especially considering Coco's impact. Because people like the masses love Coco, and I think that's gonna be the heavy hitter name to be attached to this project. But they're gonna, like you said, like they're gonna have to spend some money on the marketing here because
And,
it has
you know-
been way too quiet for this one.
They should push that to the forefront, Ile. Like director of Coco presents Elio, you know. like,
Exactly.
so
To kind of like you have these movies that is like you attach Steven Spielberg to it, even though he's like an executive producer.
right.
Because you know, there's a brand to the name, and
Yeah,
Coco
like
has a
like
really good brand.
Jordan Peele's Candyman. It's like, come on. He didn't even direct it.
Yeah, or like a
Nia
Monkey Man
DaCosta.
as well. Like that's
Credit just yoinked right from her hands, man.
Yeah.
get the
But to be
bonus.
fair, it does get eyeballs. So, I mean, I get why people do it, but
Yeah, and it's a double-edged sword for sure.
yeah.
But we'll see how it goes. I don't even know when Elio's coming out. That's how like
I
disconnected
think
I am.
it's
from that.
June, isn't
June
it?
13th. Yep.
Summer flick.
There you go.
Gotta do better than that. Gotta do better.
Gotta do better, y'all.
Huh, that's a good one. Tim Burton and Nightmare
Ooh,
Before
yeah.
Christmas.
And I know who did.
Hey, Henry
Selick.
Selick is the man. I will always give him his flowers, man.
Listen,
Dude, I think I saw Henry Selick at TIFF when I went, actually.
shit.
That was super cool. I saw Henry Selick, Jordan Peele, and I don't remember who else. Because of
Nice.
that, they premiered that movie that they co-wrote. Sorry, Henry Selick directed.
Oh, the
Oh my
Netflix,
gosh,
the stop
the
motion one,
Netflix
right?
one, yes. I
What's that
forget what it's
called?
called. It's a really good movie. That's one I fell asleep at, and it's still a good movie.
That one got swept under the rug for whatever reason. But yeah, they did a
It
collab,
really
right?
did. They
Yeah.
did a collab. It's a really long movie, but it's beautifully animated. So yeah,
Ooh.
that was also a project where Jordan Peele's name was like the biggest one, even though Henry Selick is like a freaking legend. What can I tell you?
You know, curiosity killed the cat. I gotta pull that up real quick. Wendell and Wild.
Wendell and Wild. Good
Wendell
movie.
and Wild. That Wendell and Wild, bro.
Yeah, it
I
really
missed
did.
that
It is so
one.
unfortunate. It is so. It is.
I gotta watch it.
It's
Damn.
good. It's especially for Halloween. Really fun.
Yeah,
Really
that was good.
I just find it a little bit long. It's a little overly long.
Yeah,
That's just me.
it could have been. It could have clocked in at 90. Didn't need to be
Yeah,
105.
For sure. And like at the full 2 hours, I was like, damn, I'm hanging on.
Eesh, that was a mess. That Orion in the dark.
And I
I don't know about that one.
That was
this
a DreamWorks.
became animation, like
See,
you know.
so this
8
one
hour.
was dropped on Netflix as it was a DreamWorks movie. Man, oh man, it was just. I was like, this don't feel magical. The story is just all jumbled and all over the place. It's just not worth it, y'all. It was adapted from a kid's book, and they
Okay.
made it into this complex, heady, way crazy, disorganized story. Just not worth it.
No, ma'am.
No,
Good
man.
lord.
Well, would that be getting us back on track here? Super Bowl Sunday is next week. Keep an eye out for these amazing trailers. We went way off the rails, y'all.
But we touched down. That's what matters, Lo.
But let's round up the roundup here. Speaking of Netflix,
I didn't know this.
the Sandman has been canceled at Netflix, and to be honest, I think we all know why. And for the audience at home, if y'all don't, Neil Gaiman, sketchy dude, doing some really vile stuff. I've read some horrible stories about this man,
Oh, it's
and
bad. Like it's. If you look this up, trigger warning. I'm gonna just give you that.
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
why I didn't look that deep into it, because I started
Let's-
scratching the surface
yeah.
of that. I'm like, nope.
It goes into grave detail, and I read the statements, and let's just say, Neil.
You know what kills me too is especially it's so hard to separate art from the artist, but you know, it makes
Yeah.
sense for Netflix to try to steer clear from this. But what sucks is like I love Coraline, and that is a Neil Gaiman novel, I believe. So
Shit.
yeah, he's just a bad person.
Nah,
But
and it's so unfortunate because it's hard, like it's even harder to separate the art from the artist because then you start seeing the art like more contextually. Like, oh, maybe actually this was more malintentioned than this was trying to be sneaky with it.
right.
I
Well, to
don't
be
like
fair, I mean the best example I can think of is Woody Allen for me.
exactly.
Up until I found out about Woody Allen being Woody Allen, I really liked his films, and then I learned more about Woody Allen, and I was like, oh, this guy.
Oh Lord. Yeah.
Yeah, Woody Allen.
So-
All them. Here's the thing about Neil Gaiman too is like when you read the accusations, you're like, dude, like you
Hard to
gotta
come
be
back from
pulled,
that.
bro. Yeah, you got to be pulled like from existence here. You can't be having
But-
Sandman and all this shit
No,
running.
thank
and-
you.
I was gonna say, I mean, obviously, this is all moot now. I mean, now it's canceled. But did you guys even watch this? I haven't really heard about the Sandman. I heard something.
I know it got really, really good
Mm.
like reception when it came out. I started it, but I was like, I
Yeah.
heard other people talking about it on the timeline. I was like, I didn't get into it. And I guess it's for the best that I didn't get
Right,
into it.
right.
Yeah, I checked it out. I was kind of bored.
Oh.
A little overly melancholic. I'm gonna be real. Sometimes melancholy is great. Like I saw the TV glow, and then sometimes it's just like, dude, this is too much, man. Like,
Yeah, we don't need the
Yeah.
fake Brendan Urie here.
Ooh!
Tell me you don't see this man,
Oh
you don't
my
go.
God. The hairstyle and everything.
Yeah, buddy.
Got the
Yeah, buddy.
out.
Glad that this is a chapter that has closed. We have concluded.
He about to bust out in the irate says not a tragedy. Just bust through the damn church.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a good one. Bryan Singer. And it
I mean-
sucks, man. God, he made Usual Suspects, the first couple X-Men's, but yeah.
I don't want him.
That's
I
a
can tell you
good
about this now.
Depends.
I don't want
It
him working
really
on no.
depends.
I don't want him working on no future movies. I can
Hell
tell you
no.
Oh
that.
hell no.
Hell no.
I'm good off Bryan Singer now,
He
but
is in his
yeah.
own
That's kind of how I
creepy
feel about Mel Gibson, even though obviously his was a racist tirade versus assault. I still am like, I'm not gonna watch their future projects, but like, yeah, if I already have memories
Dude.
with their stuff, like I'm gonna watch X-Men. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
watch
Yeah.
X-Men. But
Like,
I'm
you know
not,
what I'm saying? Like, hey, Mel Gibson is vile, but I'll be honest, like when I was younger, I've always thought he was a good actor. It's just unfortunate that he's
Yeah.
not such a good person.
yeah, sad man.
Really is. And it's not to be like the morality police and keep us from enjoying things, but man, I think at a bare minimum we shouldn't really support or tolerate bad people. I think we can have both. I think we can genuinely have good art made by good people. Nobody's perfect,
Yeah.
but shit, like a lot
Well-
of artists in history have also been villains.
Yeah.
I don't know about all that.
I wasn't sure if y'all know about Victor Salva, but I will never watch Jeepers Creepers or any of its franchise
I
ever
didn't
again.
know.
No,
Never
but
seen
yeah,
it, but didn't know.
Victor
Didn't know there was
Salva,
a problem there.
he's probably one of the worst ones I've ever heard, and it's really
Jesus.
bad. I don't know if you want to look into that, but
Oh,
no.
Jesus Christ! Good Lord.
yeah. So no, Jeepers Creepers, I'm cool. I don't.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
can
support
die
that.
in the. Weren't they trying to like reboot that? Wasn't that like a?
They
bit of
were
news
trying
that
to,
They were. Wow. Well,
but I feel like you can't separate it from like he was the creator, and it's like, you know what? Just let that franchise die. Like,
do something else. We don't need to keep reviving things. Just maybe
Yeah.
try something else. I like that, and I think we were talking about this last week that the next Robert Eggers movie is going to be werewolf, if you will.
Werewolf.
Werewolf, if you will.
Man,
And I like the gothic, era coming back. I feel like that's something that we got in the late 90s, early 2000s. And now I feel like it's coming back in a little more refined way, if we could say. And I think that's really fun. I like digging
Eli-
into that. So
Eli, what did Tyler say? You're fond of me, werewolf.
true.
I just picture Willem Dafoe. You're fond of me, werewolf.
Oh my god. I was hanging out with my little brother last week and he quoted Nosferatu to me and I was dying. I was cackling and he said that same quote. I was like, "Oh my god, dude." Hello. Well, that's not that roundup. What a roundup.
What a roundup.
Yeah.
Controversial roundup.
Very. We just went bang, bang, bang. Let's talk about
Across
it.
the board.
Can I just be honest, y'all? Like, man, Karla Sofia, she is just so cooked. Like, I've never seen an Oscar campaign just self-implode like this. Like, I've just never seen anything like this in my life.
For
And
any
I've watched
Spanish
damn near every
speakers,
Oscar that I could.
le pasa por
I mean,
pendeja.
I don't know if there's ever a good place for mudslinging, but I don't understand what she was trying to do. Like, she's flinging mud at Fernando Torres, and I'm like, dude, what are you trying to do right now?
She's really just kind of she's not that special, first of all. There's one. There's so many people like her. I've met so many people like her where they're just so disconnected from reality, from empathy, that she probably thought, let me latch onto my, I guess, my label or my transness. Let me latch onto my victimhood here so that I come out as, a front runner through making everyone else look bad. And that is literally kind of like one of the big rules that you shouldn't freaking do in the Oscars. So you could tell she's a first-time nominee. Just completely just disconnected from reality. Is not really receptive to any constructive criticism, as we can see from that, CNN interview that she scheduled herself. Like, this is somebody who is really, really, really delusional. I genuinely think that she's just delulu. I think she is just trying to craft this whole campaign around her where somehow she wins an Oscar because everyone else is looking worse. I don't know. It's just, this is not an informed or PR trained individual that we can clearly see. And here she is, she's throwing it to the wind.
What's weird is I don't even think she was close. Like, if anything, if it's not Demise, it should at least go to maybe Cynthia or,
No. Let me hold on. She was definitely close.
Really?
You think so? She could have won?
It was her and Demi. It was like her and Demi were like back and back. I think there's a few reasons why she was a little close, but I know for sure now that no,
that's out the window. That is so out the window.
Definitely. Demi's to lose, but I think it was like her and Demi were kind of going back and forth day to day, type of deal, and then she messed it all up.
Yep, she threw that shit away.
She threw it in the trash.
And not to go back to controversial artists, but I think what Eric's saying here is really interesting. Like, he said, if you're on the fence about it, it probably gives you a reason to not see something. But if you really want to see something, you'll see it. Like he said, he's probably not going to watch Flight Risk now that he knows it's Mel Gibson, but there was no way he was going to miss The Flash. And I'm sure he's talking about Ezra, right? So,
that's fair.
Yeah. I think it's just going in with an informed mindset and keeping that asterisk. Like, hey, I can criticize this project for this and this. I'm not going to recommend it necessarily because I don't want to support this name attached to it. But I'm somebody who, like, I try to watch things so that way I can make an informed opinion on it, even if it's something that's just bad. Emilia Perez is not one of those things. I really, really just was not going to put myself through it. And my fiance is he's such a trooper. He saw it for me. Just so he could tell me about it. And I'm like, how bad is it? He's like, it's worse than you think.
I'm gonna say this.
An informed opinion at the very least.
I don't support anything Karla Sofía Gascón has said at all. I did like Emilia Perez, but was I like over the moon? Nah. Like, I didn't like the ending. So I wasn't over the moon. I wasn't like, holy crap, this is best picture worthy. This is no, man.
Yeah, the buzz it has around it is just so inflated. It's so inflated, I think.
So I'm sorry, I'm totally going in the weeds, y'all. I thought Anora would have way more steam this season. It just seems like people do not give a shit about Anora.
I think it was more buzzy during the film festival circuit, but it kind of lost itself. I don't think casual audiences were like, wow,
Exactly.
like So
Yeah.
Mhm.
And people like Anora, don't get me wrong, but I saw it and I was like, it's kind of hard to sell Anora to a mass audience. I'm so
Oh
sorry.
yeah, for sure. But I
But
mean,
the same could be said about the substance, but I think what helps the substance, and I'll say it time and time and again, and we've said it on the show before. The horror fans, the horror community is such a loyal movie-going audience,
oh for
and that's what helps
sure.
the substance. That is what helps the substance like get to the level that it is right now. Aside from word of mouth from like good, critic reception. But
Also,
that versus Anora, it's hard to sell Anora.
Demi, man, this is a legacy Oscar. Like, I mean, this is like
And
it's
it's
her time.
actually deserved. I actually
It
think that
is.
it's deserved. It's at least it's not like
Jamie Lee Curtis.
yeah. I don't want to say it, but I want to say it. Like
Jamie
Jamie
Lee
Lee
Curtis.
Curtis, I'm not saying she's a bad actress, but she should not have earned that Oscar
Not
being
for
in
that
Hell
role.
Baby.
No.
For legacy, not for that role. I think she, easily could have been. In fact, she was better in The Last Showgirl. That was
I'm
a better
sure.
supporting role for her in The Last Showgirl. And I still don't think, I don't know if it's all that Oscar worthy, but
she was better in The Bear.
I was just about to say she was
imagine that.
phenomenal in The Bear.
Phenomenal.
That's so crazy. So at the very least, it's a legacy Oscar, but it's a legacy Oscar for a performance that is like comparable. This is a comparable performance that she has all the check boxes.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
checked off hair and makeup. She was in a latex shoe. She was in prosthetics. They love that. They love a transformation. It's kind of like the whale. They love a transformation. She's got, she's got the best picture now. She's in the best picture now. She's gotten some, she's got the can darling, because that also helps. Didn't win Palme d'Or, but it won for best screenplay. That helps. All I need to know is Timothy.
I like Timothy, but I hope not. I hope not.
I
And
mean,
not for that movie. Not for that movie. He could have been nominated for Dune. I'm so sorry.
for Dune. That's what I wanted him to be nominated
Hello?
for. I was like,
It's not like he-
It's gonna be Adrian Brody. I'm telling y'all.
Sorry. That Javier Bardem is just so angry. Lisa not like it.
He's so good. That's a supporting role. He's crazy.
They should have been nominated for that. And then play that at the Oscars.
But they're gonna play it. But you know what? You know it's gonna be in the montage. You know it's gonna be in the montage. Lisa not gay.
Lisa not gay. So good.
Just
Love
so
that.
passionate.
Yeah, no, and it worked. It worked for the role. Like, I have my gripes with Dune too, but like there's so many things that work so much better in it than not only the first part, but a lot of other Best Picture nominees. It's just so crazy.
All
But
right, gang.
wow.
Let's go around the horn. Let the people know where they can find you, and what you got coming up on your respective platforms. Starting with you, Isla. What you got coming up?
you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Captain Melendez. You can also find us Puerto Rico Critics over at the Puerto Rico Critics Association on Twitter and Instagram. We are at PR Critics. We got some fun stuff going on over there that we're going to launch soon. I'm also launching a new podcast soon, so stay tuned to my socials for that. And yeah, find me here pretty much every Sunday on the Geekly Goods live program.
Guys, definitely stay tuned to more content from Ileana and follow her on all her social media platforms. Y'all, where can the people find you, bro? And what you got coming up?
You can find me on Twitter or Letterboxd at Marcellus Durden. I am a proud critic, editor, and reporter for The Cinema Spot. You can follow us on all socials at The Cinema Spot and thecinemasspot.com. We actually just posted a review for Companion, also a Shudder film called Grafted, and Castlevania. Also, One of Them Days. Lots of great film and TV reviews and other things. Check us out at thecinemasspot.com.
Check them out at thecinemasspot.com, y'all. And listen, if you're here on Geekly Goods, y'all already know what time it is. It's February. That means that Cobra Kai, the finale, is on the way, y'all. So we'll have more content on that, as well as many different other happenings in the month, including Captain America 4. That's on the way, y'all. Oof, we got a lot to cover, guys. You already know. Come on back to the channel for more. We will also be covering a little bit more in your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, but mostly Cobra Kai this month. So y'all already know. Come on back, same time, same place next Sunday for more, because, yeah, there's going to be a ton of Super Bowl trailers. We're going to have to break this down, y'all. So come on back. We'll see you next time on Geekly Goods.